Good morning. Today I would like to present my study with the title Single Center Comparison of Team-Based Learning, which is known as TBL, and lectures in neurosurgery clinical rotation. My name is Feda. I'm an MHPE master degree student and I work in School of Medicine UPN Veteran Jakarta. I'm along with my colleague is trying to present our valuable study. It started from the old paradigm has changed in medical education. As Henry Ford quote, coming together is beginning, staying together is process, and working together is success. This emphasizes the importance of team-based learning as instructional approaches in medical education. When you work in a team, you will gain your success. Let me remind you, professional educators, my fellow teachers, about team-based learning. TBL is an active learning and a small group instructional strategy that provides students with opportunities to apply conceptual knowledge through a sequence of activities that include individual work, teamwork, and immediate feedback. TBL is specifically characterized by three key components: individual advanced student preparation, individual and team readiness tasks, IRETs, and the majority in class devoted to decision-based application assignment done in a team. And the students have to prepare before the class. So the background of our study, TBL has been an innovative method in teaching since the last decade, and its utilization has extensively developed in the early 2 years of basic science courses. But the effectiveness of TBL in delivering the knowledge of neurosurgery clinical rotation has not been proven so far. That's why we aim to assess whether TBL increases student engagement and examination performance in teaching the neurosurgery program and in the clinical rotation. So we're going to compare between TBL and traditional lectures in the 5th year medical student. So the method of our study. This study was performed between July 2019 and July 2020 and was approved by the Ethical Committee of our Universitas of Indonesia. The 5th year neurosurgery clinical rotation students in Children's Hospital participated in this study and were divided into two categories based on odd or even number of clerkship. And the duration of rotation was 2 weeks. Students with in TBL with the odd number clerkship and the student with the even number clerkship enroll in lectures, and then before and after the course they have to complete the test, pre and post test, and also they have to complete 8-item GSS or 5-point scale after the course, ranging from strongly disagree until strongly agree. So the pre-test and post-test are consistent and consisted the similar questions for all the groups, and it consists of 20 multiple choice questions. And the GSS, as I have said before, is in a 1 until 5 Likert scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. And then after we got all the data collected and analyzed with the Jamovi software, we have a 2.2.2 version, which is the newest one. And then the GSS result between TBL and lecture group were analyzed using 2 sample t-tests, and then the performance of examination between TBL and lecture group were evaluated using the repeated measure ANOVA. And also we used the level of significance was less than 0.05. The result as follows. So all 300 students participated in the study. 50% enrolled in TBL and 50% enrolled in the traditional lectures, and all students completed the pre-test, post-test, and the GSS at the end of the course. So this is how TBL works here, and also the lecture works in the 2 weeks CRP, neurosurgery clinical rotation. So before the class, students have to read all the materials. So they have the modules or materials 1 month before. And then in the beginning of week 1, they have a pre-test, which is consists of consists of 20 multiple choice questions. And then in the week 2, they have the group was divided into TBL or lecture. And in the end, second week there is a post test, and then they have to fill also the GSS. And also in the end of second week they have to fill the GSS. In the TBL class, they were divided into 5 or 7 students in a group, and then they are in the big class. And then so we have like 5 where we have 5 problem-based case, and then they have to solve this 5 problem-based case for each different day. So suppose like day 1 they have to solve the trauma case. Day 2 they have to solve the pediatric case. Day 3 they have to solve the tumor case. Day 4 they have to solve the blood or the arterial malformation cases or aneurysm case. Day 5 they have to solve about the congenital cases. So all groups will have the same problems, and everyone that come with the earliest solution in the big class, they get scores. So that's in this case they get motivated. So this is the result of the GSS. As you can see that the p-value was significant for most students who were not paying attention, and also I participated in the class most of the time. So if you see the mean here, they answered with the 3.5 above. So it's mean like they are agree, and to strongly agree. But in table 2, examination performance for TBL and lecture group, and you can see here the post test for the TBL is higher than the post test for the lectures, and then the mean and the change in score. The means for the TBL is higher than the mean for the lecture. So it's mean that the TBL a student that had a TBL had higher scores in the post test. However, when we compare with the repeated measure ANOVA with the time and the method, we don't have any significant value, and also between the method itself we don't have any significant value as well. So table 2 shows that there is no significant difference between the TBL and lectures in the examination performance. I just want to stress more here with the plot, and so you can see easier the mean of the pretest. The blue one is the pretest, and the yellow one is the post test. So pretest and post test for the pretest. And for the TBL and lecture, TBL goes up and the lecture goes up as well, but they don't cross each other. So discussion based on the effectiveness of TBL in basic science program. We explored the possibility of TBL and neurosurgery clinical rotation. Our current study improved that TBL increased student participation in clinical class, but the student perceived that they are more active, more fun, more focused. This confirming the result of previous study, demonstrating TBL's strong impact on the learning process of students in psychiatric curriculum. Turning to the other dependent outcomes, the insignificant effect of method of learning on the post-test result might be better explained by correlating with the GSR result that most students were not paying attention during the course, and students in in a team to resolve the problem and refer the possible solution in TBL. This is what happened in TBL. I think this lack of attention during the TBL manifests the insignificant post-test result. The limitation, first, there's 2 questions in the survey ask about the similar meaning. However, they give the different result. They are also the limitation of our study, and the qualitative data supporting this explanation is lack. So it will be a good recommended future research. And another domain that needs to be elaborated is administration of confirmatory feedback. This would help in motivating the student in this student-centered learning. So the conclusion, TBL serves as an innovative learning style in this neurosurgery clinical rotation programs and enable more students' engagement. However, it should be performed along with the administration of confirmatory feedback and other supporting elements of the TBL. So here's our references. Thank you very much.